Your audio and video settings, please. Design patterns 614. Here is the story. Yeah, I was talking about strategy design pattern. Strategy means planning, guys. When you decided to keep classes in communication, classes in collaboration, it's recommended to design those classes according to strategy design pattern principles or guidelines. Okay, what are those principles, guys? Favor composition over inheritance. Code to interfaces are abstract classes. Never code to implementation classes are concrete classes. Implementation classes are concrete classes. Code must be open for extension and must be closed for modification. Yeah, favor composition over inheritance. This is rule number 1. Okay, what are the problems with inheritance, guys? We cannot work with multiple inheritance using. We cannot achieve multiple inheritance, guys. Okay. Can we work with multiple inheritance, boss? Yeah, not possible. But with composition, indirectly, we can achieve it or not. Yeah. Okay. With inheritance, code becomes fragile. Fragile means easily breakable. In the root class, if you modify signature, it will affect all the classes in the inheritance hierarchy or not. Yeah. In composition, we can limit the problem to certain extent only. We can just limit the problem to section extent only, right? Okay, with inheritance code, unit testing is very complex. Okay, guys. Right, boss. With inheritance codes, unit testing is very complex, guys. What does it mean, guys? What does it mean? When you do unit testing on subclass, we need to perform unit testing on subclass method, subclass direct method and inherited methods. Subclass direct method and inherited method. What do you say, guys? Yeah, what is the solution using composition? Array, when you do unit testing on any class, only that class method we have to participate in the unit testing. Other method we need not. Why? Because moreover, why in composition, while doing unit testing on what? Target class method, indirectly dependent class methods also participate in unit testing. Indirectly dependent class methods also participate in unit testing, guys. Say something, my dear. Understood my statements here? Super, boss. Right, guys. What is rule number 2, guys? New. Strategy DP. Strategy DP. January 27th, boss. Say paste. Okay. What is this, guys? Strategy DP, rule number 2. Strategy DP, rule number 2, guys. Strategy. Strategy DP rule number 2. Speak out, what is strategy DP rule number 2, boss? Okay. Rule number 2. Code to interfaces are abstract classes, never code to implementation classes. Okay. Now listen, guys. I have target class here. I have target class here. Public class Flipkart. Public class Flipkart, guys. Yeah, you don't like Flipkart? Huh? Let's take some other thing. Okay. Public class e-commerce store, something. Public class e-commerce store. Private DTDC. Private DTDC is equal to new DTDC of public string shopping, guys. Public string shopping, guys. Some parameters. Don't worry about the parameters. Okay, if you are interested, string array items, double array prices. String array items, double array prices. Okay, guys. Bill generation logics, guys. What logics, guys? Bill generation logics. Cool, boss. Here are my bill generation logics. After that, what is next? Bill generation logic. Use DTDC. Okay, guys. Use DTDC. I'm saying DTDC dot deliver. Okay, DTDC dot deliver the product. Okay, some written message, guys. We'll write complete logic later. Okay, we'll write complete logic later. Fine, boss. Now we have multiple public class DTDC, public wide deliver product. Okay, into order ID. Into order ID. Here is my logic. Done. Public class DHL, right, guys? All these are dependent classes, are not? All these are dependent classes. All these are dependent classes. Right now, whatever I am presenting, problem, guys. Dependent classes. How can you say this one as this one? Suppose tomorrow I decided to change. DTDC courier with DHL courier. DTDC courier with DHL courier. I have to modify the source code of target class or not. So I have to write like this. Come on, boss. Private DHL DHL is equal to new DHL of Okay, here is my DHL dot deliver off. Here is my DHL dot deliver off. So, but what's the problem, guys? Tight coupling is coming. Okay, here target and dependent classes are tightly coupled classes. What guys? Tightly coupled classes. Your target and dependent classes are tightly coupled classes. Okay, tightly coupled classes, because if you want to change, if you want to change to DHL service from DTDC service, we need to modify the source code of target. Okay, target e-commerce store class. The target, we need to modify the source code of the target e-commerce store class. Are you understanding my statement, boss? Come on. This is my target class. This is okay. Dependent classes. There will be multiple dependent classes, guys. I don't like services of DTDC. I want to work with the DHL. But whenever you want to change from one dependent to another dependent for the target, I'm forced to modify the source code. Yes or no? Na? So that makes these are tightly coupled classes, guys. Degree of dependency is more. Okay. If the degree of dependency is more among the components, then they are called tightly coupled components. Tightly coupled components, guys. Tell me, guys, CPU box and monitor are tightly coupled component or loosely coupled components? CPU box and monitor console and its console, guys. And its console. Console is nothing but monitor kind of thing. Console is nothing but monitor kind of thing, guys. Next, another example. CPU box and its console, guys. After that, what is the next one, guys? What is the next one? Okay. What is the other tightly coupled devices, guys? Other tightly coupled devices. In our life, what are the other tightly coupled devices? Fan and switch. Fan and switch, guys. Yeah, without switch, can we rotate the fan? No. So they are tightly coupled devices or not? Okay. Tell me, if the degree of dependency is less among the components, Achha, mobile and human being is tightly coupled. That's fine, guys. But there are people who are surviving without mobile. Think about that dunya. Think about that dunya, boss. Not you and me. Not you and me are some urban areas. If degree of dependency is less among the components, then they are called what, guys? Loosely coupled components, guys. Okay, then they are called loosely coupled components. Can you tell me the examples for these loosely coupled components, guys? Okay, TV and remote. Hey, we can operate TV without remote also. You might have forgotten. Next, TV and remote are loosely coupled. Uh, After that, what is that? AC and remote. Array, all are one and the same, na boss. Okay. Student and book. Earlier tightly coupled, but now not. It's not tightly coupled. Nowadays, students are able to learn the things. Students are able to learn the things without book also, right? Mobile. Okay. Material. Yes, boss. I hope you got it. Yeah, this is the problem, guys. What is the solution? Why the problem has come, guys? Problem has come because we are coding with concrete classes, right? Coding with concrete classes. Yes, na? Since we are coding with concrete classes, problem has come. Okay, solution. Okay, code with interfaces. Array, interfaces are there for loosely coupling, you know that, right? Code with interfaces are abstract classes. Code with interfaces are abstract classes, boss. Code with interfaces are abstract classes. Tell me, guys, make all okay, make all dependent classes implementing or implementing common interface or extending from common interface is recommended, guys, or extending from common abstract class. Extending from what? Common abstract class, guys. Are working with abstract class is not so recommended. Can we make okay? Can we make classes extending from more than one abstract class? Basically, not possible. But if you need it, we can make multiple classes implementing multiple interfaces. What do you say, guys? Yeah, are extending from common abstract class, which is not recommended. Make all dependent classes implementing common interface recommended, or extending from common abstract class not recommended, guys. Then boss, and take that interface are abstract class reference variable. Okay, reference variable in target class as has a property along with setter method or param constructor support, parameterized constructor support along with the setter method or parameterized constructor support, guys. Parameterized constructor support Are you getting my point here, guys? Come on. Okay. Tell me, where is the target class now? Okay. Now we'll take one courier interface, guys, or supplier interfaces. Courier.java. This is my common interface, guys. Array, you might have studied these things in core Java. If you're a student of Arkishna sir might have talked about what is that? Runtime polymorphism with loose coupling. Runtime polymorphism with loose coupling with interfaces. SAR create some abbreviation also for that. SAR create some abbreviation also for that. Okay. Let's see, guys. LCRP. Loose coupling and runtime polymorphism architecture, right, guys? Okay. Public interface courier. Public interface courier. Tell me. Public string deliver into order ID. Into order ID. Cool, boss. Next. Okay. Implement dependent classes as the implementation classes of courier interface. As the implementation classes of courier interface. Yeah, public class, guys. What is that, boss? Public class. Tell me, what is the story there? What is the story there? Public class, DTDC implements courier interface, guys. What, guys? Implements courier interface. Here deliver method implementation. Public string deliver into order ID. Some logic will be there. Some logic will be there. Here some return statement, guys. Done. Yes. One more dependent class, guys. Public class. What is this? DHL. Here is my return statement. Fine, boss. Okay, now we have to take the target class. Look at the target class code, boss. Look at the target class code here. Yeah, tell me, what is the target class, guys? Public class e-commerce store. Private. Tell me. I courier. That's it. I'm not instantiating also. Courier. I'm taking one setter method so that I can set the object to courier reference variable whenever I want, however I want. As a property. This is my as a property. Yeah, public void set courier. Public void set courier. Courier. Public void set courier. This dot courier is equal to. This dot courier is equal to courier, guys. Are you comfortable, boss? Nice. Right. Here is my regular shopping method. Public string shopping. Public string shopping. String array items. Float array prices. String array items. Float array prices, guys. String array items, float array prices. Here is my logic, boss. Here is my logic. Here is my logic. After that, what is next? Okay. String message is equal to courier dot deliver. Courier dot deliver OID, order ID. So lastly, some business logic. Bill calculation logic, guys. Return some message, guys. Right. End of the method, end of the class. Here is my end of the method. Here is my end of the class. Yes, boss. Now tell me, what should I write? In main class. Somewhere in the main class. Check the advantage. Am I hard coding anything, boss? No. Okay. Now listen. Okay. E-commerce store. Store is equal to new e-commerce store of. You are not active today. Yesterday I found you people are very excited, but today I'm not finding you people are very much excited, guys. E-commerce store is equal to new e-commerce store of, guys. New e-commerce store of. Come on, what happened? DTDC is equal to. Yeah, if you are listening class with concentration, fine and good. DTDC is equal to. That's good. Now next one. Store dot set courier DTDC. Store dot set courier DTDC. String result is equal to store dot shopping. Some arguments. New string array shirt comma hat. Shirt comma hat. That's the first argument. Yeah, their prices also. New float array. What is that? 6000 dot f. Next 4500 dot f. 0f. Done, boss. SOP. This is my result, guys. SOP. This is my result. Here result will be displayed. Are you comfortable, my dears? SOP result. SOP result, boss. Okay. Now tell me, I didn't like DTDC services. Then what can I do? If you don't like DTDC services, what can I do? I can happily replace. Okay. I can happily replace that one with another courier service or not. What is that? DHL. DHL is equal to new DHL of store dot set courier. Store dot set courier. Store dot set courier DHL. Okay. Tell me next one. String result is equal to as usually. Okay, here we can call the same method. Am I touching the source code of target class, guys, while changing from one dependent to another dependent? While changing from one dependent to another dependent. Come on. While changing from one dependent to another dependent, am I changing the source code of the target class, guys? Am I changing the okay, boss. Am I changing the target class, guys? Source code of the target class, source code of the target class. So this is my main class. We have not touched also, but I am changing what? Courier to X, X to Y, Z to A, n number of things we are doing. But are we disturbing the source code, guys? Are we seriously disturbing the source code, guys? Certainly not. Certainly not. We are not seriously disturbing the source code. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this statement, boss. Yes, boss. This is about, now tell me here, in the main class, we are able to change the dependent class of target class without touching the source code of tell me target class. So we can say the target and dependent classes are we can say the target and dependent classes are what, guys? Loosely coupled classes. We can say the target and dependent classes are loosely coupled classes. What classes, guys? Loosely coupled classes. I think you understood. Interfaces are there for polymorphism. Interfaces are there for, okay. We can add one more courier service. What is there in that? Take one more class, implementing courier interface, and here you can change it. In that way also it's good, guys. In that way also it's good, no doubt in that. I hope you got the clarity, my dears. Enjoyed my statement. Super means super, guys. Okay, this is rule number 2. Shall we observe rule number 3, guys? Strategy DP. Rule number 3. Rule number 3. Tell me, guys. Our code must be open for extension and must be closed for modification. Our code must be open for extension and must be closed for modification. Definitely should be closed for modification. Okay. Strategy DP rule number 3, guys. Now listen. If you implement strategy DP rule number 2 perfectly, guys, code automatically becomes open for extension. Why, guys? By implementing common interfaces, we can add more interfaces or not. By implementing common interface, we can add more interfaces or not. Say something, my dear. By implementing common interface, we can add more interfaces or not. Extension means adding new thing. Modification means modifying existing code. Come on, guys. If we implement strategy DP rule number 3, rule number 2 properly, we can say our code is right, guys. Tell me, guys. Okay, we can say our code is ready for extension because we can develop more dependent classes implementing that common interface and those objects and those classes objects can be injected to target class from outside the target class. Target class from outside the target class. Target class from outside the target class. If we implement strategy DP rule number 2, guys. Okay. Yeah, this indicates our code is open for modification. Code is open for modification. Oh, sorry. Our code is open for extension. Our code is open for extension, guys. Okay. For example, public class blue dot implements courier interface. Blue dot implements courier interface. Done, boss. Copy. Public class. Next one, what is that? First flight. First flight implements courier interface. What do you say, guys? So more dependent classes are added. Classes are added, implementing the common interface. So our code is open for mod extension. Our code is open for extension, guys. Definitely, literally, solidly, our code is open for extension or not? Yes, my dear. Okay, fine. This is done. Next, how to make our code closed for modification, guys? Closed for modification means No one should modify the existing logics. No one should modify the existing logics means, tell me, we should take subclasses as final classes or methods of the classes as final methods. Can we override final methods of superclass in subclass? No. Okay. Or can we develop subclasses for final classes? Can we develop subclasses for final classes, guys? Is it possible? Is it really possible, guys? Not possible. Is it really possible, guys? Definitely not possible. Understanding? Is it possible, guys? Definitely not possible. Okay. Now tell me here, what is there? Okay. By taking we can keep our code closed for modification. Closed for modification. Okay, in two ways. Closed for modification in two ways. Yeah, by taking all the classes as final classes. Okay, it's a recommended. Okay, final classes cannot have subclasses. Final classes cannot have subclasses. That means we cannot modify the logics of, we cannot override the, methods of superclasses in subclasses. We cannot override the methods of subclasses. Okay. When we don't develop subclasses, there is no question of modifying the logics, right? So that means we cannot modify the logics of superclass methods in subclasses. In subclasses. Super boss. After that, what is the next story, guys? Okay, what is the next story? By taking all the classes as final classes. By taking all the methods of all the classes as final methods. Final methods, guys. Tell me. Okay. Since final methods of superclass cannot be overridden in the subclasses. Cannot be overridden in the subclasses. Understanding? We can say cannot be overridden in the subclasses. We can say, what is that, guys? We can say, okay, code is not modified. Code of the classes is not going to be modified. Understanding my statement? I think you just need to take classes. What is recommended one? First one is recommended, not that much recommended, guys. Second one is not that much recommended. If 10 methods are there, who will make all the 10 methods as final methods? It's better to take class as the final class now, boss. It's simply better to take class as the final class. Come on. Thoroughly understood my statement, guys? Super, guys. By taking all the classes as final classes, done. By taking all the methods as final methods. Mr. Hanmant, it's a see, guys. I already said implementing interface cannot be considered as inheritance. It should always be taken in the angle of polymorphism. So now, rule number 2 talks about composition with interfaces support. Rule number 3 talks about working with final methods, final interfaces. Hanmantu, I hope you got the clarity. Yes, in the place of interface, you can take abstract class also. I'm not saying, but interface is more recommended. If needed, I can make my dependent classes implementing what? More than one interface. But if I go for classes, can I make my dependent class extending from more than one interface, guys? Sorry, extending from more than one class, guys? Not possible. That's why I said, boss. Right, guys. Tell me, strategy DP. Strategy DP implementation. Implementation. Okay. Implementation components. A. Target class. B. Target class. Tell me next one. Next one. Dependent classes. Multiple dependent classes. Implementing common interface. Multiple dependent classes implementing common interface. Now I am taking one factory class, guys. Factory class, which is based on factory pattern. Factory pattern providing abstraction. Yes. Okay, guys. Factory pattern. Factory pattern providing abstraction on creating chosen dependent class object, and chosen dependent class object, target class object, and target class object, and assigning dependent class object to target class object. Assigning dependent class object to target class object was super, guys. D. Client application or a testing application, guys. Testing application. These are my components, guys. Okay, let's come to this. Guys. Java project As of now, Java project, boss. Okay. What is the statement I should give? Okay. Java project, boss. Tell me here. Strategy DP. Strategy DP. Directly solution only. No problem, nothing. Otherwise, wherever strategy DP is there, you all DP is there, directly solution is given. Don't create nice, boss. New package com.nt dot com.nt dot yeah, what is this? Components. I'll take it as components. Next package com.nt.factory. Package. What is there, guys? Package com.nt.test. com.nt.test. I think these are the things, guys. That's it. Okay. So now let's keep the files ready, at least today. What is the okay, here only it's we have understood. E-commerce store is my target class, boss. E-commerce store is my target class. Interface. Courier is the interface. Right. Class. DHL. Interface. Courier. Nice, boss. New class. Blue Dart. Interface. Courier, boss. Okay, fine, no problem. So all this stuff is taken. Now tell me. Yeah, it's a factory to create e-commerce object now, boss. E-commerce factory. E-commerce store factory, boss. E-commerce store factory. Okay. Lastly, what is their client application? Strategy DP. Strategy DP test. Strategy DP test. So this is the code, guys. These are the components that are there. So this is my okay. These are the components we are having. Right. According to our discussion, this is my target class, guys. This is my common interface. Actually, already we discussed at the end top. No need of writing here. Common interface. Now tell me, Blue Dart and DHL. These two are what, guys? Dependent classes. These two are dependent classes. This is my factory pattern, guys. Factory class. This is my client application. This is my client application. I hope you got the clarity. Super. If I start coding also, we cannot complete today, boss. Tomorrow when we meet, freshly we'll complete the coding of it. So tomorrow strategy design pattern completes, guys. Then we will move to another new pattern. I think flyweight pattern is there. So many patterns are there. One by one will come. Okay, some patterns will complete in one day. Some patterns will complete in multiple days. It depends upon. Okay, it depends upon what use case we are taking. What is the content of that pattern? Thank you, guys. Have a nice day.